Today on Why Seattle, we are in the heart of downtown, visiting my friend and Seattle fashion icon, Luly Yang.
Okay, we're going to try on one of our new pieces with really intricate beading, and it's supposed to kind of mimic a kind of a natural brush. Like if you were to take a brush and you dip it in like crystals and then you brushed it up. Of course, it's not that easy. It's hand beading.
No, absolutely.
But then it comes down like this way too, and down the back. Come look.
This is
Let's follow.
amazing.
Isn't that fun? And turns sideways, so this kind of goes up at an angle. Do you see?
Yes.
Kind of sweeps up the arm, and then it comes down the back. Okay, walk one more time, and then we can put it down.
Luly, let's start at the start. So I learned that you were raised around architecture, design, manufacturing, and all of that. And you've worked in fitness instructing. I know that's a lot, but how did all of that kind of combine into what you're doing now, which is design and fashion?
I think all the dots kind of connected. You know, I didn't know back then what I was doing then would actually help me in preparation for what I'm doing today. So I think my passion for kind of the fitness world and kind of the health and fitness really helps me with understanding anatomy, physiology, and how the body moves and sweats and kind of reacts to garments.
So it sounds like, or I've learned that you have different lines. Like it's not just Luly Yang. There are different lines under that umbrella. One being the Luly Yang design group. Is that what?
So the design group is one that is a group of. So I lead the design group. I'm the creative director, and then we have a group of like technical designers, creative designers, product developers that will then help us kind of fulfill. You know, because it's one thing to have a concept, but it's another to actually implement and build it, and with less resources. How do we do more with less?
Right.
How do we do that? And we're always asking ourselves that question in our design group. And then we have where we are sitting here. This is Luly Yang Couture. This has been around for 22 years.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a feat.
I know. So this word, we continue to celebrate our love for couture.
Yeah.
So this is like one of a kind, the red carpet. The galas, the weddings, the celebrations, the bespoke tailor suits for men.
What other companies
do
you design for?
Design custom uniforms for the Space Needle, because they just had this whole big remodel of the glass top. Have you been there since I changed it? So it's fabulous, amazing. I love it there. I want to do a show there someday if we can work it out. The Climate Pledge Arena. They just opened with the Kraken 2.5 years ago or so.
So cool.
And so we did uniforms for one of the work groups there for the kind of the VIP lounges. And then one of our the ones I've been doing for about 5 years now is the Amazon. So that's another one that's really, really fun.
Honestly, just side note, leave it to Luly to just completely stop the interview to fix the garment. She's such a...
I couldn't stand it because I saw it in the reflection of the mirror that something was wrinkled.
Detailed. Vanessa with TCM wore this at during the finale of the show.
Well, she is powerhouse.
Vanessa, if you're out there, I just love seeing it. But as are you.
We're very lucky we have great models, including yours truly.
Once in a while.
Right here.
No, it's really, it's amazing to see it as it is now, but when it's brought to life.
Really, clothing needs to be worn to really come alive. It's how I got into this business in the first place. My butterfly dress, Monarch, that was my first dress. And I was still working on an architecture firm when I designed that dress, the first one in paper.
Wow.
And when I recruited one of my architect friends, and I said, would you please wear this for me for the show? It was a fundraiser.
Yep.
She put it on, and I was in my little apartment. She put it on, and she walked away from me and came back, and
it just came to life.
When it came alive in my heart was like pounding really hard.
Oh, I
It's like
love
this
that.
such an amazing feeling. And I said at that moment, I said, I have to do this every day. I want to
Yeah.
do this. How do I make it work? And I made I started working part-time in my other job, and I opened my business.
I love that. And with the theme of the show, we would briefly spoke about it at the men's jackets, earth, land, sky. And I saw something in there in the show about inviting the guests, the attendees, to look at nature in another way.
Yeah.
Is it something that's always inspired you?
Did you see that?
I did.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh
I did.
my gosh, you were into details too. I was like, I hope people read that because I don't, in my shows, and I think you don't want to be too wordy. You want to be brief about it.
It was
you
brief
want
and impactful.
We want to create interest and inspire others. Think about it in their own way. So my point with that is to look at the beauty around us, celebrate it, and look at it with the different eyes with appreciation, and take care of it.
Right.
And this actually collection is so interesting. Is I moved from Seattle, my home from Seattle to Kirkland back in 2020, and I also moved my design studio there. And when I went there, I went there in the fall, and the leaves started changing color, all the maple leaves, and beautiful, huge trees as you're driving from 520 into the city.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and there's like these, and it was turning orange, and different shades of brown and green and aubergine and a little eggplant. And I thought, this is the most beautiful nature scene I've ever seen. And then I find an office, and I open my office, and I'm looking at Marina Park, the lake, and then I'm looking, and I'd nickname it my treehouse, because I open my windows, and I'm literally on third floor, and I'm just seeing the top of the big trees. And every day the colors change, and my view is framed by orange and green and aubergine. It's so beautiful that at that time I said, okay, next time I do a couture collection, it's going to be inspired by nature and this beauty, this water and these trees and the earth, all of that, and the air. I look up in the air and it's blue sky and the clouds. So I don't think anybody knows that, but it all came from my kind of transition from the city urban into being, I call it kind of my Lake Como of Washington.
Oh, absolutely.
Kirkland's kind of my Lake Como.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful with nature, but you're just a hop away from the city, which is really a jewel.
Now, nature, movement, you've found your Lake Como of Washington, downtown Seattle. What is it about the area that you love the most, or what's maybe nurtured your creativity or career? What is it?
I think outside of, number one is the nature aspect of it. I like that we have man-made beauty juxtaposed with natural beauty.
Yes.
So we have beautiful trees, we have the mountains, and we have the water. That's nature. Then we have these beautiful architectural elements that are, like high-rises that are coming up everywhere in Bellevue and in Seattle and in South Lake Union. Yeah. So that's kind of, for me, man-made beauty. And I like that we have both. Like, I love it. I love that we have both. And I love that we're kind of known as the tech capital. We have so many smart, amazing entrepreneurs here that are creating fabulous, pretty much fabulous inventions that's changing the way people live. And
all of that.
Live the way we live. Just this, there's so much here, and that inspires a designer to even be better and using technology. How do I use technology to be more efficient and be more sustainable with my practice? And we've already started to sample everything through kind of these avatars that are, we sample on an avatar. We can fit it on an avatar before we put it on you as my fit model.
Wow.
And that saves a lot of fuel in shipping our samples back and forth from the factories back and forth. So like these little things, but they make a difference when you add it all up. And so I love that we're in a tech city full of beauty, man-made, nature-made, and we're full of creative people. We're a city of music and art and culinary arts. If you want to eat anything from anywhere in the, we have chefs from all over the place. Food is so important. We have that here.
if somebody's looking for Luleisure or Luly Yang Design Group, where can they look? Can they make an appointment in the store?
Yes, they can make an appointment. Yeah, it's just lulyang.com. They can make an appointment there, and where they can call and make an appointment. Or the pop-up, we're opening a pop-up, like I said earlier, on November. Tomorrow is 2nd, right?
Yep.
November 2nd?
Yep.
November 2nd. Luly Pop Holiday Pop-Up. We're going to be there for 2 months. With our Luleisure collection and our new cashmere sweaters, like this sweater like this, in many different colors, men's and women's, and jackets, and our cashmere coats and leather and cashmere. So it's kind of a knitwear mixed with wovens and leathers.
Fantastic. We'll put all of that information in the link below. Thank you so much
Thank you
for chatting with us. It's good to see you too. Reunion.
Yeah, it was good. That was so fun.
Yeah.